Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me? Panelists, can you hear me? Hi, everyone, and welcome. I want to welcome you all on behalf of the South African Jewish Report. It's 9 o'clock. This is the first time anything has been in the last while. I'm getting some feedback on the line, but I want to welcome everyone. We've had the most unbelievable... I'm getting strange things coming over there. Let me delete that, and we're back. So as I was saying, we've had the most remarkable response to this evening's comedy festival, to this panel that we have. We've had more than 2,700, 2,800 people register for this event. I'm going to ask our panelists in another minute or two, because I'm sure this is probably the largest comedy panel you guys have ever done. Nick, have you ever done anything this big before? No, you're on mute, Nick. Let's take you off mute.
Oh, there we go. My kids were screaming, or my wife was talking loudly. This is actually I don't know, it feels like the first comedy panel I've been on.
Okay, and
we don't do comedy panels under 2,000. That would be demeaning for ourselves.
And the numbers are climbing. We've got more than 1,000 people on Zoom, 1,006 people on Zoom. And I can't check our YouTube numbers now, but we're close to 1,000 on YouTube when last I left, and the numbers are climbing all the time. Claudine Allman.
Hi.
Are you wearing your wedding dress?
It doesn't fit, first of all. My boobs are down here. Here are my boobs. Look at that. I want you to know that I don't know when I'm going to get an audience of 5,000 again. So I just made sure that I'm dressed for the occasion. It doesn't fit at all.
Perky, I tell you, very, very perky. Nick, is it true that in Cape Town you have stockpiled all the toilet paper and you are speaking to us from your nuclear fallout shelter, the walls, in fact, lined with toilet paper for ease of audio?
Well, we actually ran out of toilet paper today, Howie, and my 3-year-old pointed it out. And then, because I'm trying to bribe my kids to do chores, I offered them 1,000 points to wipe her bum, and they said no. So the answer to your question is yes.
Well, thank you. Gilly, tell me, You're in bed again.
Well, I just thought to myself, when am I going to get a chance to perform to thousands of people from my bed?
Well, I hear fairly regularly, actually. Just not comedy.
No, the problem is I was conflicted because I also wanted to look nice. And then I thought, on the one hand, I wanted to look nice. On the other hand, I wanted to be in bed. And then I just thought, let's put our hands together.
So are those your pajamas?
Yeah, sure.
Well, you don't have to.
I sleep like this.
Gilly doesn't have to wear panties. She doesn't have to wear panties. It's just the top that looks good.
Girls, exactly. Looks very...
Who wears bottoms at this time? Nick, seriously, are you wearing bottoms?
Yes, I am. But I actually think, Gil, is this inspired by Madonna? This looks like a prayer. Which album is this outfit from?
I don't know, but I do take inspiration from Madonna. That is my era, after all.
Let's give us a full view again.
Okay, wait. Do you want to see the full view?
Oh, she does have bottoms on. Okay, this is good. This is good.
Okay, hang on.
Okay, I can't show you full view because
wait.
My boob's gonna pop out. So hold on.
A wardrobe malfunction. Ooh,
cute.
Cute, but somehow the bottoms don't seem to match the top.
That's what I said. She doesn't have to wear it. She doesn't have to wear it.
I just want to say, that was a special preview for the people who arrived on time. So please, nobody tell anybody else what the bottom looks like. That's very special edition for whoever came on time.
Howie, can I ask you a question?
That's what she said.
Please.
Because you obviously, Howie, that's not the actual background. He has the latest software and the blah, blah, blah to do that.
No, Howie lives with those two women. Those are Howie's lovers.
Yes, I live with elderly twins.
Howie's lovers. Not
was that how your Boba fundraised for her cataract operation?
Exactly. She was at a strip club for people with cataracts.
It's so funny.
Whoa, that's
now,
hectic,
guys,
bro.
to the
it
thousands
go
of
away.
people who are busy.
No, go
who are
back
busy
to
watching
Bobber.
us.
We don't want
No,
this.
that's
We'll go back-
scary. That's
Oh,
scary.
it's zombie apocalypse.
No,
Surely
no.
Scary.
we should have some zombies for zombie apocalypse.
No.
I've got
No,
a flying
okay.
cat.
Okay,
That's much better.
I will change it. I will change it back in a minute, but I want to tell the thousands of people that are watching us. So first of all, on behalf of the SAJR report, I want to welcome all of you. This is open to everyone. We're a community that looks after ourselves and looks after multiple people all over. We care about what is happening in South Africa. We care deeply about everyone, and we're trying to make a difference. So please subscribe to the stuff that we're doing. Many of you would have seen on Sunday night, we had a medical panel, 4 of the top medical specialists in the country speaking about COVID, giving very practical advice of what you should be doing. Tonight, we've got this fantastic comedy panel with really 3 of the top comedians in the country, also brought to you by the SAJR report. And then on Thursday evening, we've got a psycho panel. At least that's what I'm calling them. They're all psychotherapists. So these psychos will be helping you mentally get through the next few weeks of lockdown. So we've got some fantastic psychologists on the panel. Saturday night, we're actually having a general knowledge quiz starting at 8 o'clock. So tune in for that. Then we're going to speak on Sunday night about wellness, fitness, nutrition during this period. And on Monday, we're going to do some Passover preparations. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the sort of stuff we're doing. It's brought to you free of charge by the Jewish Report. It is really our honor and our pleasure during this period to try keep people entertained and most importantly informed as we go along.
Kol hakavod. Mazel tov. Thank God. Please God. Baruch Hashem. Howie. Well
Slow
done.
clap.
Can I just say
Finally,
something?
Nick, by the way, has been trying to get a Jewish Achiever Award for how many years now and failed. In fact, he's the only person in the country who has never received a Jewish Achiever Award.
42
Things
years.
are going to change this year. I have a feeling, Howie.
Oh, yeah, me too.
It could be. So guys,
Sorry,
we're
one
in
quick
very
one,
auspicious...
quick one.
Yes.
Apparently my face is my screen is frozen for everyone.
Botox. Is it Botox?
Exactly. I just thought, guys, it's not a frozen
Is
screen.
it your heart? Is it your heart?
It is. I'm just dead inside. That's what you're feeling.
So you're not frozen for me, although you've always been a bit cold.
What are you going to do? Can't please everyone.
The jokes are coming in thick and fast. I'm loving it.
There is a lot coming in thick and fast. I've received a few WhatsApp messages, which I should tell you about. The first one is for Gilly. It is from Esther. She says, are you still single? She's got a grandson that she thinks will be perfect for you.
Okay, what is his income in relation to his height? If she could just get back to us on that, we can carry on.
Also, Gil, very importantly, what is his income in relation to the pandemic?
Oh, that's very good because, you know, everything is falling apart. And so, yeah, we need all the help we can get over here.
Yeah,
we're going back to doctors. We're going back to doctors, actually.
Tell him to send bank statements.
Yeah, 3 months bank statements. Thank you.
In the future. Yes. Future bank statements.
Yeah. Only from like August.
Yeah.
Projected earnings.
So, Claudia, I've got a message for you, Claudia.
Does he have a patent on what are those things? The
mask.
Nose jobs.
The breathalyzers, the inhalers, whatever the fuck the thing that they're using. Respirators. Jesus, we would be terrible doctors.
Claudine, I've got a message for you. It's come in from Sizwe. He says that color really suits you. You must be the whitest person I know.
Thank you. Is he talking about my white skin? And that is really not fair because it's COVID-19 and I haven't been able to tan. So whatever.
That's no excuse, Claude.
What am I supposed to do? Look at this. Look at this part of my dress. This is when you know.
I'm sure a sunbed could be termed essential for some people.
Well, I had a whole essential list.
Well, I'm taking vitamin D for the
You're looking stunning, Gil.
Thank you. I put on a lot of makeup for this. And what's great about this is like everyone's got a little bit of a cuck connection. So you can't really see. I think I might just carry on like this afterwards with the shows.
Yeah,
you look cute.
Yeah, fuck HD. Who needs that? No one.
So guys,
Do you know
I don't know
what
if our audience, can I just tell them before you go,
Yeah.
I don't know if our
Yeah.
audience realize that it's really difficult to do comedy without audience feedback. Because you can't hear people laugh, you can't see some reactions taking place. So what we're going to be doing during the show is, if you raise your hand, we're going to be inviting people on stage to come join you guys so you can actually have a conversation with them.
Wonderful.
Good idea.
So-
and you know what? I'm not missing the laughter because honestly,
No, actually, this is enjoyable.
I'm hysterical. Like, I'm laughing at myself. I think this is so funny. I don't need the audience.
Samuel Schwartz
So-
wants to know when the jokes are starting. Fuck you, Samuel.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
So
Watch
Nick,
another program, Samuel.
Yeah.
So Nick, you are no stranger to latex.
What?
What?
Well, everyone needs some latex gloves, surely.
Yes.
See,
but-
this,
How are you
Nick,
coping
this
with
is
the
what
latex?
happens when ordinary civilians try to do their own jokes on
Yes.
a comedy panel.
Oh.
Burn, girl.
Okay, listen, I had to
So-
get off here and come back on because people are saying I'm frozen, which is a comment I'm used to hearing, but just for the sake of, can
Is
I do
that
that?
because you're really a Disney character?
No.
So Depeche Radia just WhatsApped me and he claims that we're doing such dad jokes.
They say you're not frozen, Gil. You're not frozen.
Oh my gosh, this is so confusing.
You're
Okay,
definite-
fine. Well, okay, good. Well, Bernice says I'm not frozen, so I'm not frozen.
And both of those people used incorrect grammar. You're not frozen and you not frozen. And let's not worry about
that's
the grammar.
rude. That's rude.
So Jody
Guys, I'm so
Rakusan
sorry.
says you're frozen. And when Jody says you're frozen, we listen to Jody.
All right.
Gil, log
Okay.
off, come back in. Dan Stillerman, please promote Gil as soon as she's back.
Don't know how to get
Howie,
off.
Howie, while we're waiting for Gil to get off, I want to ask you something.
That might take
Yes.
some time.
I don't know if Larry, what's his name again, Gil? The hair doctor.
I don't know.
Larry Gershowitz. Larry Gershowitz. I don't know if Larry's on the call, but I was wanting to find out, did you ever look into having a hair transplant? Because it's something that I investigated recently. And I wondered how his business is during the pandemic. Are guys still looking to get rugs and plugs, and what's the deal? Gilly's back. Let's see if she's unfrozen. Gil, talk to us.
Unfrozen.
I'm back. Can you see me?
Yes.
It's a Pesach miracle.
So Nick, to answer your question, do you think I'm a good advert for hair plugs?
No.
No, you're the worst advert for hair plugs.
Well, thank you. That may answer, in fact, Nick's question.
All right. Galaxy Note 9 says this is boring.
Well, we don't know
Galaxy Note-
Galaxy Note 9's level. Like, maybe he's used to being on panels with like Dave Chappelle and, some other famous comedians. Who knows? Maybe we are just at the bottom end. And unfortunately, that just means that whoever he is needs to adjust his expectations. We can't do any better. This is as funny as we are. Sorry.
I've got an announcement. This is a panel. People are asking us questions. We're looking gorgeous.
We're just
dressed
warming up,
for
guys.
you.
We're warming up.
Come on, have a good time, people. Ask us questions.
Maybe we should also manage people's expectations, because I see
Yes.
questions like, is there a prepared script? I mean, we thought it was a show, a comedy festival. We were expecting what's going to happen here. This is it. If you were expecting an actual show, you have come to the wrong place. Would you
Yes.
say, Claudine?
It's a panel. I would totally say you have come to the wrong place. The show is not happening.
And so let's just, can I tell a little bit about what we're doing here?
Yeah.
Good idea,
Okay.
Gil.
So Howie's going to ask us a couple of questions and we are going to feed back with some stuff. And we hope that some of the stuff that you are going through is what we address. And the truth is, it's very hard to do a comedy show on Zoom because a comedy is like a conversation. When you're doing stand-up, it's like a conversation, except one where only we talk and then you don't say anything, but you go like, how? And then if that doesn't happen, we can't really do comedy. So stick around. You don't know. This might be the best thing that is. In fact, you know what? This is the best thing that's happened today to any of you.
It's the most entertaining thing on the planet for me.
So
I'm having the time. I'm having the time of my life. Yes.
The
Ask
best
away,
part
Howie.
of lockdown so far has been the fact that Pornhub has offered free premium membership to anyone on lockdown.
That's
So
nice.
my question is, have any of you taken up the offer?
No, I prefer woke porn. It's got to be ethically sourced, and I don't like what they do there. I have far
From
more
Rwanda.
sophisticated sources.
Gilly, tell us honestly.
Listen, why would we do porn when we can do, to the whole world, when we can do comedy for free to Joburg and Cape Town's Jews?
Yeah, I think that the link to Pornhub, Howie, should actually go out to all the listeners. Everybody should get the opportunity not only to listen to comedians, but to join Pornhub as well.
Speaking of porn, did you guys see there's been a lot of productivity porn online and people who are being super productive right now? I've got people, my cousin on Facebook, his morning workout, he's loaded it, he's edited it, it's up there. He's doing kettlebells, he's doing the attack bike, he's doing the row machine. And it's really debilitating for a lot of us out there. If you're one of those people doing that, you need to stop that. Does anyone agree with me?
That's a very powerful message.
I mean, I don't agree because I've been getting ready for tonight since 1986, literally. That's how long it's taken me. So I am totally productive.
Claudina, we've just been offered 1,000 Rand for me to take off my shirt. Now, we're not being paid for this. We're not being paid for anything. We have no future income. Should we consider doing that right now?
I think we should. Nick, take one for the team. I could use 200 of that 1,000 Rand.
I think let's wait a little bit.
Interesting because I've just received an offer of 1,000 Rand if Claudine keeps her top on.
Don't worry, babes. This may fall off.
2,000. It says 2,000.
I hear 2,000. I hear 2,000. Do we have 2,200? Do we have 2,200 for Nick to take his shirt off? Okay, they want you to keep it on. Look, let's.
I want to ask one question, and then we're going to open it up to the audience.
No, we're not. We're not going to open up to the audience.
Not even one person who's got their hand up.
No. We've got questions. Let's talk about the stuff we want to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about something. What on earth are you guys doing during lockup? How are you occupying your time?
Okay, I'll start. I'm occupying my time by making a lot of videos. That's 10% of the time. And then the other 90% of the time is spent in apps like paralyzing anxiety. That's how I like to spend my days. Nick?
Right. Well, my day started at 4:30 a.m. No, let's say 4 a.m. I first felt the limp hand of a 3-year-old on the back of my head. Then I realized that it was time to leave the bed. But it takes a while at 3:30 a.m. to leave the bed when the child's in the bed. And then I thought, I'm going to leave my bed and go to her bed. And when I got to her bed, I realized her bed was in fact my bed and that I'd been in her bed the whole time. Then I didn't really go back to sleep, but I did some anti-anxiety meditation for about 2.5 hours. Then I felt better eventually. And then I got up and then had to give the kids. And then people said the word dad about 802 times today. There were about 35 tantrums, meltdowns, tantrums. I didn't get through 20 seconds of any call or voice note without somebody screaming. And then finally they went to sleep at about 7:30. And my day's been amazing since then.
In fact, Nick, on our panel we are having on Sunday night, the medical panel, someone messaged in that they physically go and lock themselves in the cupboard for 15 minutes every day just to get away from their children.
Yes, that's exactly what I did on a number of occasions today.
Claudine, how are you spending your days?
I am spending my days
in the bath.
In the bath. I literally am living the dream. Like COVID-19 without any kids. I actually have, I mean, I have nothing to complain about. I woke up at like 11. I've been making comedy content the whole day. I spent the next 3 hours getting dressed for tonight. I am living
What a dream.
the COVID-19 dream as much as possible.
That sounds amazing. But like, one serious question, like, can you laugh at a time like this? Is comedy even possible at a time of Corona?
Comedy is necessary. Go, whoever that was, Claudine.
That was me. So a lot of people ask us when they meet us in real life, you know, are you guys always on? Are you always funny? And no, we are human and we are feeling this pandemic just like everybody else. And we have our good days and we have our bad days. And the trick is to how we can use what we do to uplift ourselves and create content, but also uplift other people, because there's a lot of eyes watching, clearly.
Yeah, I relate to that. I have to say, like, sometimes it's so weird being like, you can't be sad while you're being funny. You can't do those two things at the same time. It's like you can't move backwards while you're moving forwards. But it's like, but I have to say that in the few times that I did videos this past week or two, I've had to stop in the middle sometimes and like just be like, okay, all right, okay. Because sometimes it's just very, very hard to put yourself in that frame of mind.
Yeah. And I'm constantly, I don't know about Nick and Gil, but I'm constantly, which is a good thing and it's a bad thing. I'm constantly going, oh, this is happening in the world. I'm feeling crap about it. How do I turn it into comedy? Which in a way is cathartic, but in another way is like, I'm not really dealing with my stuff because I'm like, how do I be on all the time, which is impossible.
Nick?
Well, I see people in the comments
ignore the comments, Nick.
Looking for guidance. People are looking for guidance, Gil, and I think it's our job to tell
guide
them that
them.
yes,
They're
comedy can be cathartic. Did I somehow get muted because I can't hear other people?
No.
But
no, you're there.
This is vodka.
Yeah, I like a cocktail for me, a cocktail for mental health, a mental health cocktail,
totally, if
you will. Yeah. And comedians, talking to other comedians is very therapeutic. Not all comedians, but amongst the three of us here, we have been speaking to each other probably on a daily basis, and comedy arises in the conversation and is very therapeutic. And then, of course, there are things people are discovering meditation that didn't meditate 2 weeks ago. So like, I got onto Headspace, I downloaded Calm, I'm doing the Wim Hof method. I did like 2 hours of it today. I'm doing a Deepak and Oprah meditation later. I've obviously stockpiled an Urbanol, but otherwise I'm doing well.
Claude, you must spend a lot of time with Gaza.
Totally. Gaza is actually, I just almost became Gaza. Gaza is actually in the spare room. Daniel has literally said no to all characters on lockdown so that he doesn't lose his mind.
Daniel is
your husband.
Daniel's my husband, and he has said no to characters. So Gaza is in the spare room waiting to come out at any point.
But what does Gaza think now?
I mean, should I bring Gaza out?
Yeah, we want to see Gaza.
Actually, I thought you guys would never ask. I am so excited. I'm just going to do a quick let me go find him because I'm not sure where he is. But you guys carry on.
Fine.
So Gilly, tell us, you can't really go onto Tinder during lockdown. So what else do you do?
Well, you can't really go onto Tinder in real life either. That's my message to the people tonight, I have to say. Do you know what I did discover when I realized something about this time? Is that if you saw this coming, this was a really good time to get plastic surgery.
Except everyone watches you all day on Zoom.
No, but you can get around that. It's hard to not be seen in real life. You know what I mean? But imagine you've been dying for that facelift or that nose job or like putting back your ears or like whatever it is you want to do. And you caught it like just before the thing. You saw the thing coming because you were paying attention. That's why it's so important to pay attention. Then you got the surgery. Then, so this is the thing. When you get out, because I'm dying to see what all the women in Sandton, my age, really look like when they come out of this thing in a month's time. Because I'm very excited. We're all going to see really what we look like. But if you see someone looking better, know that they saw COVID coming. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Nick, there's something about Jewish comedians and tragedy. We tend to laugh in the face of tragedy no matter what happens. Is that because we've been fed gefilte fish and somehow gefilte fish has prepared us for the worst?
No, I don't think it's gefilte fish, although I like that theory, Howie. I think it's more likely 1,000 years of pogroms. We never know when it's coming, but we have a fight or flight gene. It's mainly a flight gene, and that is a problem at the moment because we can't fly anywhere.
Gaza, you've arrived.
Look who's here, boy!
Hello, my
boy! It's Nick Benetits and Gilly! I just want to say, Gilly, I'm like a huge fan. Nice hair, nice personality, nice boobs.
You're not getting in.
I totally go there. Nick, hilarious, boy. Such a lach. How
Thanks, boy. Hey, Gaza, listen.
Not sure who you are, boy. Not sure who you are.
What does it say on your T-shirt, But?
Your workout is my warm-up. And I mean it. Also, I'm so sorry about the lipstick. I've just been making out with some belter in the spare room. So sorry about that, guys.
Gaza, what's your body count, But?
I don't even know what that means, but I'm gonna say 6,000, boy. 6,000. 6,000. That's how many chicks I finger banged.
How have you managed to finger bang anyone since the break from school, Gaza?
I only see certain belters. You got to social distance. You got to be responsible.
Wash your fingers.
Yeah,
wash my fingers. I wear some gloves. You know what I mean? But still doing what I do. So totally, yes, Howie, yeah.
People think you're Lebanese. I see in the comments. He's not Lebanese. I don't think Gaza's Lebanese, is he?
No, he's wearing a King David blazer.
No, the truth is. And the truth is, anyway, is if the belter's Lebanese and, she wants me to be Lebanese, I can be anything you want, babe.
There's someone called Hurwitz, by the way, says they can't see Claudine or me, so they're probably watching on a phone, and all you have to do is swipe left or swipe right, pretend it's Tinder and just swipe left on me.
Swipe
also,
left on me, Bridget.
Yes. You can't see Claudine because it's Gaza now.
Look, for anyone who's ever done a show at Highlands House or Jaffa, it's not important that the residents see the comedian. Most of them can't.
100% of the people on this panel have done a show for Highlands House.
Yeah,
100%.
That's true.
That's totally true. Also, I want to tell you that Claudine's main crowd is 80 years old and above. She did the show for the Holocaust and Genocide Center, right? And they were whoa, she's so funny. We'll have her back for a few survivors. So she was wow, obviously I'm going to come and do it for the survivors, And she went and she did it. And they said, but we have to tell you that a lot of the survivors are hard of hearing. And Claudine was don't worry, then they're really going to love my show, Because they can hear.
It gave us so much nachas, Gaza. So much nachas. You're a nachas brother.
I'm a nachas machine, boy. Hundreds of
How's keto going, Gaza?
I'm intermittent fasting, making sure that I'm working out. What's it called, Nick? Productive power thing. You know, I'm just making sure that I'm on top of things, you know, bench pressing my bint, you know what I mean?
Have you been to any Corona parties, Gaza? You know, when the youth try and infect each other to get the thing now rather than later.
Don't be insane, Nick. It's not good advice that you're giving to everybody on the talk. The truth is...
It's not advice. It's not advice,
Well, I don't
Gaza.
know what you're mentioning it for. I don't
Because
know why you're mentioning it.
I've been seeing it happening.
I'm just saying that I am the party. I am the party. There's a party in my pants almost every night.
Thank you, Gaza. This is so powerful.
Thank you, Gaza.
So
Gilly, we've had a
powerful
request from someone if they can see your cupboard. What's inside?
My cupboard. I mean, you know, this is an example of like if you give people what is it? A finger, they take the whole hand. Is this outfit not good enough for you?
They just want to see if you can match it, I think.
I agree. Take a stand, Gil. Take a stand.
I have to say that I wore this outfit on my actual stand-up show that I did for Showmax. You can watch it right now on Showmax. It's called Frizz Pop. It's a lineup. It's a comedy lineup on Showmax called Frizz Pop. And I appear in that show wearing this shirt.
Except the bottoms are nicer. You know what I mean? Like some lacy lingerie.
Yeah, except I'm not in bed.
Lacy lingerie, girl.
I'm not in
Nick,
bed. So,
what's your favorite Corona joke?
I'm not quite there, Howie.
you know what? Can I tell you? You know what the issue is here? When there's like a tragedy unfolding, okay, it's very hard to know. Like, I reckon we're all going to get cancelled in like a year from now for every joke we've made about this thing because we don't know. You know, we don't have enough distance from the thing to know how bad it was so that we can know what the right level of comedy is. So all the comedians are now online doing the thing, like making jokes just to like survive. And then I guess in the end, we're going to find out who gets to live and who doesn't. I mean that from a comedy perspective, not the Corona perspective.
So is there any work going on at the moment for comedians?
Only if
it's dry, boy. It's dry. It's totally dry.
Dry like a nun's, you know what?
Well, exactly. I don't want to say what else is dry at the moment. You know, not the girls I'm dating, but, you know, it's just, there's not much going on, Howie. Not much in the way.
Okay, and that's one of the reasons at the end of this, we're going to ask people if they do want to give a donation towards struggling comedians and Yad Aron. We're actually going to ask people to make a donation for good causes a little later on in the show tonight.
Fantastic.
Well, you know, one of the things is obviously in relation to that question, Howie, we can't perform for live audiences anymore. And I actually considered starting to do shows for pets because I've got a dog and he's really bored right now. And then they said, no, there's a warning to stay away from everyone, including animals. And so now we can't even, we were actually planning the Canine Comedy Festival was going to replace the Jive Funny Festival at the Baxter, and now not even that's going to happen. We were going to call it a dog show, now it's a no dog show. So we're really struggling is what I'm trying to say.
What we're saying is it's a dog show.
Okay, so guys, are you ready if we have a conversation with some members of the audience?
Yeah, let's do it. I see there's a lot of heckling. There's a lot of heckling going on out there.
Can I just say something? I want to say something before we move into this. Firstly, I see all you thousands of people here who never even come to our live shows. What is that? What is that? Do you need us to come into your homes? Shame on you. Come to our live shows. Number two, this is a panel. So calm down. Number three, I don't have a number three. But let's continue.
Totally. This is
Steve Mark says, Gilly, never heard of you.
Hey?
That's what
I
Steve
haven't
Mark
heard
said.
of you, Steve Marks. Go fuck yourself.
Well, listen here. Everything, the landscape of everything is changing, not just comedy. I mean, we're having to do comedy shows here. Think about the rabbis out there having to do Friday Night Live on Zoom. And next thing it is, you know, when's the first funeral? When's the first prayers on Zoom going to be? That's not an easy situation for Rabbonim. And I believe that the Chev are putting out a thing to say, if you're considering dying during the lockdown, please, would you postpone it until after the apocalypse?
So Dan Stillerman, can you promote some people to join us on the panel? Please, we'd be very grateful for that. So if you'd like to join us on the panel, have a conversation with some of the comedians, please put up your hand.
If
Dan
some
is
like
going
hot
to-
belters can like get on the call, just make sure you're hot. That's all I
You
want.
can handle Gaza. I don't know if they can handle Gaza.
I doubt it.
We have 17 people who've raised their hands. Here's
Gigi
one of them.
Wolf. Are you busy drinking Canadian soup? Gigi,
She's frozen.
Let us
I can't see
unmute.
her. I can't see this
Let
belter.
us-
Where is she?
Let us unmute. Gigi, are you there? That's a very deep voice.
Don't judge Gigi. We don't know. Maybe she used the time before COVID to transition. And when she emerges, you know.
I don't know, but you're there.
I'm not doing that. Now you're online. You're on. You're on.
She doesn't know she's on. Oh my God. Take her off.
Take her off. Seriously, we need some belters on here. I can't even see her picture.
Okay, I'm removing Gigi Wolf. Put your hands up if you'd like to join us on the panel.
Put your hands up, boys. Or girls.
If you have a burning question, do you have a burning question? Come ask us the question.
So
I've got a question
one
for you guys.
Sorry, go ahead.
Has anybody felt unwell recently? Has anyone experienced the Jewish paranoia of going,
Yes.
I feel a bit...
I've had COVID-19 on and off for about 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is I've been mostly Welsh, like making sure that all is well, and I'm just with the belters. So I've been okay. I've been totally okay. I've been making out and doing all those things. Is it time to invite Claudine back? I don't know.
Yes, I think so. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay, let me go find her because I think Gaz is dying here. Okay. Sorry, guys. I gotta go.
Gaz has got so many STDs, he's immune to COVID-19.
I'll tell you what happened to me. I
remember.
live with a doctor, right? Howie, I don't know if you know, my wife's a doctor. And I felt very unwell for about 2 weeks after being exposed to 10 comedians from the United Kingdom with whom I shared a microphone with for a week. And so I could have, if you've had contact with me, be afraid. And I said to her, love, I've got quite a scratchy throat. Do you think I should be tested? And she said, do you have a temperature? And I said, no, I just checked. I don't. And she said, have you recently traveled to the area? And I said, I haven't. And she said, have you been in contact with anyone who's tested positive? And I said, no. And she said, well, then it's man flu. And I said, well, that's actually quite serious. Maybe I should quarantine myself anyway. And she said, we're in the middle of an actual pandemic. Don't parade your man flu around here pretending it's the plague. You are not using the sniffles to get out of parenting our children. And so all of that failed for me.
Also, she probably realized what it was, which is a plan to get away from everyone.
Yes. How does the panel think comedy will change? How will comedy change during and after COVID? That's not a bad question, Gil.
It's happening right now. It's happening as we speak. Look at us. The problem is this. If we start succeeding online more than on stage, this is what we're going to end up doing.
Yeah.
But then again, boring. Somebody called boring just called us boring in the comments.
Somebody else said, hello, Boba. Can you discuss
I would just like to say one thing. My name is Dr. Shirley Rubenstein, and I am a sex therapist. And I just want to say no touching during Corona. Now, I know you guys want to do the thing, but no touching during Corona. It's not safe. You got to wear the gloves on the penis. You can even put a glove on the penis like this. I'm going to show you. This is the penis. This definitely isn't Howie's penis. There we go. Okay. So there we go, Howie. And we're going to put the glove on the penis. That's perfect. Now you're safe. See what I mean? Okay, I think I should call Claudine back.
No, we're enjoying you, Cheryl. What's your name again?
Shirley,
can I ask a question? I want to ask a question, okay? Because what we keep doing, I realized recently, because I heard my mother talking to my grandmother in Israel. And
I can't see you. I can't see you. Where are you? I can't hear you.
Exactly. I heard my mother telling my gran, like, this is halfway into the conversation. She's like, move your thumb from the camera. And I also thought, like, this is a twofold problem with COVID. One, the grannies are struggling with the technology, and imagine how anxious the old people are. We keep saying, I'm not going to get it, I'm young. I'm not going to get it, I'm young. And all these old people who are like, well, I'm fucked. Do you feel anxious, Shirley?
Totally. You know, you got to be vigilant. Like, let me just tell you, I've experienced a lot. This isn't my first pearl necklace. All right. I've been through life. I've done it all, but I just want to say that I survived the Holocaust, I survived swine flu, I survived the Spanish flu, and now I've survived this.
And you survived Arnold.
And I survived that. So I just want to say, oh yes, of course, I forgot about him. But I just want to say it's not easy, but you got to do it through social distancing and hand sanitizer.
Shirley,
what?
Doctor.
Oh, Nick, he's such a dish. Oh, Nick,
talk us through, surely the Jewish, Jesus. Oh my God.
Oh, what a dish. What a dish, Nick. What a dish.
Sure. Listen here. The Jewish people, surely we are also uniquely placed to deal with social isolation. Talk us through the laws of, is it Nida, and how those have uniquely prepared us to deal with COVID-19.
Bli adayim. It's bli adayim, Nick. That means no hands. And I want to say you can still have fun, no hands. Okay? Elbow greeting, also used for other things, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Well, I mean, I don't know how far I can go here, but you can use different body parts, Nick. That's what I'm trying to say. You can have fun with the wife, okay? Just, you know what I mean. Like,
let's talk about relationships in these trying times. You look like you're trying to change a light bulb during Shabbos, because that is actually the way you're allowed to do it. If you need to change a light bulb. Yeah, with your elbows.
That's very
because you have to do it in an unusual.
But Jewish men can't even change a light bulb with their hands.
So it's already unusual.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But my question was, Gil, Shirley, whoever wants to chime in here, like couples,
I've spoken enough.
If your relationship's on a slightly uneasy footing going into this pandemic, okay, we've seen that the rates of divorce in Wuhan have skyrocketed since. Well, did you see Apple has opened all 42 stores in China, and the Chinese parents can finally send their kids back to work? On a side note, that's amazing. But relationships, let's talk about like couples right now. I mean, it's rough.
I have to say, Nick, anything that was on uneven footing before this
correct
fucked. Okay,
that's absolutely accurate.
I can tell you from my perspective, if you had a business that was limping before you came into this, like say one that makes falafel, just for example, if it was having a hard time before, you're not going to see it on the other side of this crisis. That's all I have to say to you. If you
Can we just do a short commercial for anyone looking for falafel supplies?
Yeah, anyone looking for pita at the moment, just give a shout out.
Jonathan Ackerman, please respond to my email. Thank you.
I'd also like to give a shout out. Anybody looking for sex advice, please phone Dr. Shirley Rubenstein. You can Google me on the Facebook. Thank you.
Listen, can I just call out a comment? Jaime says that he thinks that I don't want to bring this filth here, but it was brought on the comments, and I want to share it because I think people misunderstand the kind of filth that women receive. So, Gilly, I think you need to learn how to give a blowjob. That's from Jaime. Okay, I'm going to find Jaime and I'm going to blast. I'm just going to do a Facebook blast of it. Shirley, can you help Jaime? Because Jaime is desperate.
Yeah.
First of all, Jaime, how old is Jaime?
It's very hard to tell.
100. He sounds like he's 100. Jaime, Gilly's not your top, my dog.
Jaime, I've got advice for you. I think what you need to do, because I know Dr. Larry's partner is online right now. And I've been working on this in the event, Howie, that I get a hair transplant free of charge from Dr. Larry. Gil, remind me how this joke went. I haven't done it for a while. But basically, we worked out, and this is why I haven't agreed to the transplant. You can see it's thinning a bit over here, guys. And I was going to agree to become a hair transplant influencer, surely, for Dr. Larry Gershowitz. And I was going pre-COVID. I was about to start making videos. Hi, I'm comedian Nick Rabinovitz, aging poorly. Before the transplant, I couldn't tell my jokes with a lot of confidence. But now that I've had the transplant, Howie, I'm much confidenter, hairier, unexpectedly taller. And my wife's been offering me blowjobs left, right, and center. And the thing is that a crowd on this panel, I'm guessing the average age on this panel, let's say 40 plus. Yes?
Speak for yourself.
Hard to say,
but I reckon Jaime's out there. So listen,
definitely
if we did
30 plus, guaranteed.
Did a poll of the 2,000 people on this call. How many blowjobs do you think on this? What is this webinar? I'd say I'm going for a maximum.
This is a webinar of Jews. No one is giving blowjobs. No one is getting blowjobs.
Just put a number out there, Gil. Let's say
Jews don't do blowjobs, Nick.
3 over the last how long? 36 months?
3. 36 years, Nick.
Howie's gone. Where's Howie gone? He's trying to find another background.
He's trying to get a blowjob. That's what he's trying to do.
Someone on here is not Jewish. Tiny House says, I'm not a Jew.
God forbid.
I'm muzzled off. Don't worry, we can change that. We just snip the tip, my darling. We can get you in there.
Thanks, Gabby Altamarino. She said, if you're not enjoying, then leave the free panel.
Agree. Agree.
Do you know, Claudine, that my dad's name, Shirley. Dad's name,
I don't know who you're talking to.
Jaime Rabinovitz. Did you ever meet my dad? Jaime Rabinovitz.
I didn't. I unfortunately didn't, Nicholas.
Guys, my 13-year-old godson is watching. I've just been WhatsApped. So I'll just keep this short. They shortened his name, okay? This is the trauma that when Jaime messaged you early, Gilly, understand that man has experienced trauma from birth, okay? His parents probably named him Hyman, and it's been in his passport this entire time. I'm not saying that's what broke him. I'm saying that's why he was inappropriate to you in the comment section.
Exactly.
I know, he must be more understanding towards men in this difficult time.
Yeah,
shame. Is Latin for Harmon. So thank you for bringing that up, Nicholas. Absolutely. So all I can say is Jaime is a damn right dog.
Ben Peters says Howie hasn't spoken for quite some time. Put him on.
Howie is here to support and encourage us. He's a good man.
In this difficult time for comedians.
Surely.
Yeah.
You know who I'd love to see?
Who?
Your granddaughter, Jenna. Is that her name?
Hold on, she's here too. That's it, Emma. She's here too. Just hold on a second.
She must be having a hard time at the moment. With
no,
the kids.
she's not coping. Hold on, I'll call her now. Hold on.
Okay, great.
So I see Jaime is joining us.
Okay, amazing.
Oh, nice.
How old do you think he is?
While you talk to Jaime, I'm going to reboot
I
my
reckon
computer.
Jaime is like in his
I've
early
lost complete
20s.
control of my mouse.
Okay, your mouse.
That's what they all say.
Face your mace. Where's Jaime?
Jaime, we want to see Jaime's face. And then when we see it, we want to not see it immediately afterwards.
Howie, how do you think this is going so far? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So Nick, I think it's been interesting. I think we need to.
That's not the word you want to hear, Gilly. You're doing a comedy panel.
A few people to shreds, and that's why I'm hoping Dan Stillerman promotes a few of the audience members onto the panel, so we can actually have a conversation with them.
You know what this is like. You know what, Nick. You have to remember something, okay?
Yes.
When it comes to Jewish people, you only hear from like the extremists.
Yes.
Everyone who is enjoying it is sitting at home like this going.
Well, let's remember, in the words of Daphne.
In the wise words of Daphne
Kuhn.
The
wise words of Daphne Kuhn, on the opening night of any show at the Theatre on the Square, she will tell you the members are in tonight, my darling, and they only laugh on the inside because they're Jewish. Here we are. Was that somebody arriving?
I don't know.
Steve Marks,
I have
Jews
to
are
say,
a
listen,
tough crowd, but
I want to tell you, I did a show for Rabbi Masinta recently, which is, you know, if you're a Jewish comedian, at some point in your life, you will do at least 10 shows for Rabbi Masinta, because the problem is every time you try to say no to him, he will tell you that his main purpose is to change the world for good. And then how do you argue with that? You can't. So you have to just do whatever he says.
did you pay to do the show? Did you have to buy 10 books of Psalms to actually
No, but I
there?
did have to, he didn't tell me the details. And so then at the last minute, while the thing was happening, he called me. He didn't tell me that he had put out a poster with my face on it and told everybody that I was coming except me. Anyway.
Yeah, that
so
sounds
I
like
went,
Rabbi Masinta.
yeah, I went, I did the show. I did tailor-made Purim COVID jokes.
Right.
And some of the people...
I want to know what one of those jokes was.
Okay, well, we've said it already. I was like, Jewish people aren't going to get COVID-19, hashtag Bli Yadayim. And then I was like, oh, but you know, the next thing is they're going to blame the Jews. So prepare yourself for that, because that's going to be worse. And then, but what happened was I had like the elderly crowd on the far left of the room they weren't even facing me. And then everybody else was like,
you know,
I whipped up my best material. Nick, I did material that I did on TV for Trevor Noah, and those people didn't laugh. So I feel okay. You know, if people are still here, then we're doing well.
Oh, look, we have a guest.
Oh, how's that? Oh,
Is that Jaime?
Oh, wait, no.
Not bad.
David, hang 10. We have to say hello to Jenna.
Sure.
how's that? Oh my gosh, Dave, how's it, my baby?
Hello.
Okay, so I just want to say something about Jenna. And this is
Gilly
something
and
that
I
you have to
are like
understand.
besties. We are so close. I love her so much. She's the best.
So this is something you have to understand about Jenna. Jenna has got 2 kids, and before this, the last time she went out was Debbie Epstein's wedding. And the problem with people who have like got toddlers is that they don't leave the house very often. And so when they do go out, 2 things happen. 1, they're very socially awkward. And 2, they drink too much or take too many drugs because they haven't done it in a long time. So that's what's happening with Jenna. And they can't handle their liquor. They say awkward things.
Thank you so much for saying that, girl. You know,
My
I
pleasure,
like
babe.
did an
Best
online.
days.
Thank you, my baby. I did like an online rehab course, and I just want to say I'm much better. I haven't been out in forever, but I'm so excited to be on this call. Thank you to Howie and the Jewish Report for everything they do for Jews. Thank you so much. So Jenna, I just want to say I've calmed down a lot. The kids are driving me fucking mad, but I've calmed down so much. Really. Okay? I'm absolutely fine. You know, I've been off most of the hard drugs for a while. I really have. But tonight's big, guys. Tonight's huge. Tonight I'm getting on a panel with Nick Rabinovitz and Gilly Atta. I can't believe it. I'm privileged.
David Kimmelman.
Hey, David Kimmelman.
Call David. I'm obsessed with David. We went to King David Linksville together. Dave, how's it, my baby? Dave, oh, you are so cute.
Thank you. I just want to know one thing, Nick. You know how we promoted me and Dan promoted me. He said, "Sonny, I'll get the hair transplant as my fee." I just wanted to sort that one out.
Dave, we don't actually have Larry on the call, Larry Gershowitz, but I know his partner is, and I'd like to hear from her. Like, what can you offer? Like, if he gives you the plugs, can you give him a plug? Like, what is your business?
So the truth has to come out now, David, is that the reason we're actually doing this panel is to raise funds for bald Jewish men. Yeah. So guys, please give generously. The details will be, Howie will send out the details. Just give whatever you can to this very, very important cause.
I am donating.
I'd just like to say one thing.
I've got $1 million, Dave. Dave, how much money are you giving? Tell me right now. Because I am giving.
Listen, I've got the chairman of the show watching. Hold on, I've got the chairman of the show watching. And if I had to offer R1 million, you don't think he's going to be on my case in 5 minutes?
So will
listen,
I, Dave. So will I.
The Yom
Can I
Kippur
just say-
appeal is going to look very different this year, guys. No one's going to be watching you.
The
Of
Hebrew
course, they're
word.
going to be watching me on the bimmer with Claudine's husband.
Online.
Who's that? Who's Claude?
And
The
Claude
Hebrew
was there
word for being bald is called kereach. It's kuf resh chet. And what does it mean when you put together kuf resh chet? Donate money to the shul.
David,
You
I want
know.
to just know from you, how does it feel to be promoted?
Look, I'm a bit upset because there are 3 people before me, but you take what comes.
I got to
During
say,
this time, if
I'm,
you've been promoted, it's
there was
really something.
Gigi, there was Jaime,
is,
and then I don't know.
I
Someone
got
else.
promoted today, Dave. I got a promotion today. My wife went
Oh.
back to work, and I have been promoted to principal of the home school. And
Mazel tov.
it,
I don't know
it
how
pays,
you
it
do
pays
that.
almost as badly as being a Herzliya teacher.
Mazel tov, my
Nothing.
darling.
Thank you.
Jenna, how's the kids? What have you been feeding them?
You know, I've actually done so well. Like, I usually, I know it's not right to get your maid in. So what we've done is we've opened up the west wing of the house, and she stays here with her whole family. I am a mitzvah girl. I have literally given back so much. And I just want to say, yes, I'm getting help, but I'm frazzled. Okay? I am frazzled. I'm burnt out. And I think I deserve it. So the truth is I haven't been cooking much. I'm also, I'm on a strict diet, 400 calories a day, and it's going exceptionally well. I've lost 200 grams. So you are looking stunning, girl.
What you have lost in weight,
Stunning.
you have gained in cocaine, my darling.
Thank you so much. It also helps keep me skinny.
Right. Guys, I think, Graham Norton has the red chair, and Howie, I've heard nothing really from David so far that's inspired.
I think we should boot
me
out
to keep him
David,
here.
but
Yeah, I
we've got
think
Dean.
he's gotta
We've got
go.
Dr. Dean Gerson online.
Bye, Dave. I love you.
Oh my gosh, it's Dean Gerson. I want to tell you, Dean cut all my little boys' willies. He is a mohel. He's the best mohel in the whole country. He literally did all of their brushes. All of them.
It's art. It's
Thank
all
you.
of them. I booked them 3 years. I booked them 3 years. I booked Dean 3 years before I had any kids. I was like, I'm booking you out for the whole bloody year. Just bris all my kids. Bris them all. Dean, how's it, my baby? How's it?
How are you? Love you. I can fix your septum as well. Gilly, I did have a few people that did secretly book some nose jobs the week before Corona.
Did they?
But then we had to actually, then the hospital cancelled them.
No shit. What I tell
Isn't
you,
that the perfect operation for a social isolation period?
Yeah,
that's what
so
I'm saying.
I'm unemployed as an ENT, but 8 brisses this week. Did my first Zoom bris yesterday, second Zoom bris today.
What do you mean Zoom bris? Do you tell them what to do, and then the dad just does the cutting, and move to the left, move to the right?
No, I was there with just the parents, just me and the parents, and
okay, you
and
were there.
Like, yeah. But we could have staged the whole thing. They didn't even know it was a real baby. We could have pretended. Had a doll there, and we then it was the Brosen bris. There was no Nando's this time, unfortunately. They saved about.
That's incredible.
I think they saved a lot of money on.
Yeah, definitely. This is a good time to save.
I just have one question for Dean, if that's okay.
Yes.
Dean, my babes, do you do boobs?
Yes,
do you do boobs?
I don't. Well? I do. Yeah, nose, throat, and penis. That's my. That's
fantastic.
ENTP.
ENTP. Yeah, even got embroidered on it.
I'm bringing Darren in because that thing I can't even. It's tiny. I don't want to be telling the whole world. It's tiny. It's embarrassing, Dean. And I know you know him.
Can I ask, Dean? Are you so you are a professional mohel?
Yes.
Do you have a shop?
I do.
What do you keep in the shop window?
Clocks.
See.
Fuck.
See, girl. That is why they're saying on the comments here, Eden here.
I mean,
I have to agree. I think Dean is just, he's the cutest.
I want to know if anyone out there is using hard drugs to get through this time.
I just don't think you can buy them, unfortunately. I don't know where.
Some people, just like some people tried to book the nose jobs, some people were prepared for this. I'm just saying, some people have a stash. I personally, unfortunately, I don't do drugs. I say unfortunately because I feel like it would come in handy during this time. But if I was a person who did drugs, I would have stocked up by now, definitely.
I've got a patient who's addicted to his child's Ritalin.
A whole pantry.
He's crushing them and snorting them at the moment.
The child's Ritalin?
I've got a patient who's, he comes to me like wired every time, and he wants to know why his mouth so dry. This is a very
popular activity. I friends of mine say they crush a little bit, and they just, when they need to concentrate on their admin, like I really don't like admin, so I grab a bit of my son's Ritalin.
I would never do that. That's so irresponsible.
So Dean, just explain to me, the patients that keep on coming back to you for more,
yes,
are those breast patients?
Breast or breast?
Breasts.
Oh,
circumcision.
It was all part of my plan to start being a mohel, and then every child needs an ENT, every child needs grommets. And if they trust you with cutting the child's pips, they're going to trust you with the ears.
You know what's great? You actually, this is the thing about like a Jewish surgeon, right? You start, you go from like cradle to grave. You know, you start with the breasts. At 12, you go for the nose job. You know, at 16, the boobs. At 20, the lipo. And then at 25, maybe the nose job. Then at 60, you do the facelift. I mean, this is beautiful.
I suppose it's almost like an Indian shop that kind of, will sell you bicycles and then TVs and microwaves and then have drugs behind the counter.
That's what I like about Dean. Full service. Guys, when this thing is over, please go to Dean for all of your work.
Seriously, I've booked Dean out just so you guys know. I've booked him out till 2020.
We do a full service, top to
bottom.
Full service,
top to bottom.
But a lot of people do arrive. A lot of people do arrive for a tongue tie and end up with a circumcision. And that's not even a joke. That they do, oh, you do that too. But the best look on the face is when they arrive for a circumcision, they arrive at the ENT clinic and sit them down, take a history while you're here, coughing, sneezing, runny nose. And the poor little boy in the chair is very, very anxious. And he walks out with a limp, unfortunately.
Okay. Dean,
got it.
I want to ask you some serious questions. Claudine, sure. I want Claudine back for this as well.
Yeah, I think we need Claudine back.
We're going to get real now, guys. Let's get real.
Okay, hold on.
We'll wait. We won't wait, but go.
Hold on.
You're a medical guy. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there are people out there, and yeah, these are jokes in development. People are like, where are the jokes, whatever. People are really dealing with some hardcore stuff out there. What is your experience in terms of what people are dealing with in terms of mental health and all that stuff?
In terms of the current situation now, so people are anxious. I'm having, I think doctors especially, I'm having definitely moments of anxiety where you phone colleagues and you're like, is this real and how bad is it going to get? I think a lot of people are suffering at home. Did you see there was a patient today in Israel who jumped out the hospital window? He had COVID and he jumped out the hospital window.
Yes.
Because of that. But I think there's a lot of anxiety. And if you already have mental health problems, or even if you don't, I think they can really be exacerbated by this time, and especially if you're locked in at home with your wife and kids. Then second of all, there's the financial aspect. I'm a bankrupt ENT at the moment. My practice has been closed for 2 weeks. We were forced to close. So we're only doing surviving on the tips now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, I see we've been Jonathan Burren. It's like a bar mitzvah or a wedding.
Oh, amazing.
So
can he do
Jonathan, can we unmute you?
I'd like to see some women, please, Howie.
Yep.
We'd all like to see some women. So Dan Slimman, I'm afraid I've lost ability to unmute people. I think I'm no longer co-host on this.
Howie has lost his abilities.
Do you remember when we used to have Merck? when you used to have Merck and you used to get ops and then you used to
I
do,
remember
like,
Merck. My name was
all
Lilu because was
we're all powerful.
was what
I remember
was.
Friday night after supper, that was like the time to go and Merck on KDL and 5am. I think, Nick, were you around then? Or he doesn't know what we're talking about, Kenny, sorry.
No, Nick was,
What have I
too old
missed?
and too young.
What have I missed?
Claudine,
guys?
welcome back. Welcome back.
Hi. I hope I haven't missed anything.
No, not that much.
Welcome back. Listen, Claudine, you've missed so much. There was brisses, there was cocaine, there was
Snorting
Ritalin, thank you. There were nose jobs, blow jobs. You missed it all. But welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Cody, what are you doing?
Hi.
What are you doing to cope right now?
Okay, what am I really doing to cope? Some days I'm not coping.
Yep.
Some days I'm really not coping, to be honest. And I'm doing a lot of crying.
I think we all are.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of crying, a lot of not coping. I'm not sleeping. But honestly, what is helping me is create content, like create funny content. That's the only, and like even doing it when I don't feel like it. That's the only thing that's getting me through, actually. Is
if
like
you're somebody,
focusing on something else.
Isn't able to access their emotions easily, I want to just relay some advice via comedian Gilly Apter. Gil, what is your advice for those who don't want to be surprised by an unexpected cry at some point in the day?
What?
You know, that unexpected cry that just sneaks up on you when you're yeah.
Oh, you mean the crying? I thought you meant like from crying from a child. Yeah, what you want to do is you want to make sure you get the crying done either early in the morning or late at night. That's what I do. I do my crying either first thing in the morning or late at night, so that it doesn't catch me by surprise, like in the middle of a Zoom call, for example, like with, hundreds of people watching now. So especially if you've got something important coming up, like a big Zoom meeting, make sure you get your little cry done just before. I
leave a lot of cupboards. I leave a lot of cupboards open in my house so that if it comes along, so my family doesn't have to see me. Just step in and cry for like a little bit. Come out. Tell them it's really okay there.
That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it, as far as I'm concerned, on the crying.
Yeah, well, I wear a mask a lot of the time as well, so they can't see my emotions.
That's nice. I like to wear a mask on my eyes.
So I'd just like to introduce you to Cape Town's premier hair doctor, the one and only Larry Gershwitz.
Why does everything we do end up involving Larry Gershwitz?
I don't know, but
yeah, every shot.
Nick, I don't know how this works.
I don't know what to do.
Well, we can hear you, Larry, but we can't see you. And I think a lot of people would love
it. I've got the children screaming. Their WhatsApp groups are going wild. Get onto Zoom. I don't know what Zoom is. I'm on. My wife is busy having an orgasm.
Larry, let me tell you something. From not knowing what Zoom is to being on Zoom right now, you've made an excellent recovery. It's incredible.
Oh wow! But I'm having a very bad
headache. I came to your office with Nick.
See me.
What we've decided, Larry.
Oh, my nervous crotch. How are you doing?
I'm fine. It was a very strange comment. Larry, what we've decided is that we're doing a kind of a fundraiser, partly to feed comedians, but also to feed Yada Haron. Let's keep that in mind. But we've also thought that maybe we could give some portion of this fundraising to Jewish men with no hair post-COVID. And even those, I think those with businesses who had a little bit of hair. Thank you. I think whoever had a little bit of hair when they started, but had an ailing business, will certainly have no hair by the time this thing is done.
Correct.
I would say within the week. Some people are losing.
I would say out of bad comes good. And we have to see what positive things come out of this.
Yes, thank you so much. And I think maybe hair.
I just want to know from Dean, does he do any work via email?
I mean, this isn't Dean's panel, but we'll bring it back.
That's very nice. Never heard. And every guy.
Never heard that before, eh?
Never.
Who's got the lever, guys? Who's got the lever?
And what's really nice
this
is
needs to end. Howie?
at Howie's.
Larry, it was wonderful having you on the show. Dean, what were you going to say?
Wonderful.
I was saying that at every
I'm
breast,
still
there's, at
inviting
every
you for a
breast, there's
Friday
one.
night.
There's one
Yes,
grandfather,
Friday
one
night.
uncle.
Definitely. I'll be there. I won't. Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Okay. Good. Howie, please can we, there are some people that I would like to see. Like I want to talk to Brenda. I want to talk to Michelle. I want to talk to Shelley.
I want to choose some people too here.
I've chosen all the women, Claudie.
Have you? I want to have real conversations now that I'm back. You know, tonight
Does this help save you from COVID?
I hope so. I mean, I think if you can't see it, it won't happen. So maybe.
Okay, I'm busy promoting Brenda on. Give me more people that you'd like to have on.
Yo, please introduce Brenda. Is this someone you know?
No, absolutely not. I've never heard of Brenda.
Just make it up. Make an introduction up.
Guys, I want to tell you a little bit about Brenda. Brenda is straight from the hard streets of Glen Hazel. And, you know, she's ready. She's got her toilet paper. She's just, you know, she was born to survive the struggle. Where's Brenda?
Please welcome on stage, Brenda.
Brenda, we've unmuted you. We can hear.
How's that, Nick? This is
Brenda.
My Brenda.
She's a fan.
She's Brenda, baby.
Is it my Brenda?
It's your Brenda. Hush,
oh my God, Brenda, how's it?
How's that, Nick?
Wonderful.
Check, how's the oak? Oh, he's just fucked off.
Oh, okay. There you are. What's happening? What's happening? Love the trailer.
What's happening? Well, thanks, babe. It's Joburg.
Brenda, why are you so loved? There's a lot of people who love you. We want to know why. Give us a short sentence of why you are loved.
Yeah, that was a big intro.
I don't know. I have to say, I wouldn't be asking my stepdaughter and my partner now. They're both shaking their heads going, can't think of one fucking reason why. And P.S. you embarrassing us. Do you know we don't do public shit?
And
I'll tell you why. Do you want me to tell you why, Gilly? Do you want me to tell you
why? Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because I once at the, I was emceeing the help me, Brenda, the DL Link fundraiser.
Brain, China.
DL Link, yes, the DL Link fundraiser for people affected by cancer, not just cancer, people with cancer, but their families, etc. And this woman got up and spoke, and I was just blown away by her courage and vulnerability, and just there was just snot coming out of her nose. I was the closest person to the snot. Thank God it wasn't during the Corona time. And we just love her. She's amazing, a beautiful human being.
Brenda, we've loved having you. You're the cutest.
Well done, Brenda.
Well done, Brenda.
I'm kicking Brenda off here.
These are the most difficult audience. After I gave the speech,
we lost Brenda.
We lost her. Don't worry, I booted Brenda off, but I've put Cindy Herring on. I've unmuted Cindy Herring. At least I'm trying to unmute Cindy
What
Herring.
A name, Herring.
Cindy Herring.
Cindy Herring. Cindy, welcome to the panel.
Cindy, can you unmute yourself? Because Cindy. Oh, okay, but we got Karen Goodkin.
Oh, Karen.
Cassie.
Good Cindy Herring.
Cindy Herring.
I'm saying Karen Goodkin is just as good as Cindy Herring.
We'll take Karen.
Karen Goodkin, let's introduce Karen. Could you do that, Claudine, if you could introduce?
I'd love to do that. Coming from the right corner of the screen with her hand raised the entire night, please, ladies and gentlemen, go insane for my friend who I've never met, the incredible Karen Goodkin.
Karen, it's the same Karen Goodkin, drama teacher, drama at and knower of all things dramatic, and a great patron of the dramatic arts.
Do you know what I think is happening? I think all the husbands are not taking care of the kids, and so the women who have been watching have had to leave the screen to go do the thing that the husbands were supposed to do.
Oh, so we've got to pick dudes. Dudes are the only ones who are coming in here.
Guys, it's 10:15. The only children that are still up are teenagers who will be doing weird stuff in the dark on their iPads. I've seen a picture of my godson already.
I mean,
Philippa Bertman put up her hand. So Philippa, I'm unmuting you. Philippa, can you hear us?
Papa.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
Hi, Philippa. We've needed you on this call.
Philippa, do you have a burning question for the panel?
No, I don't. I just was really hoping for a little bit more comedy. No lies.
Goodbye, Philippa.
Yeah, arrivederci.
Chaka, Howie. Killer.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I think it's really important. I think it's really important that people know that this wasn't ever billed as a comedy show. It's a panel.
You know what,
we're having a good time.
We were just here to have a good time.
We were just here to have a good time, good conversation.
I've been having a good time. I don't know about you guys.
I've been having a great time. I've missed a lot of it, but I've been having a good time.
Levi Lipska is unmuted. Levi, welcome.
Levi,
there may be a mute button at the bottom of your screen. Unmute yourself.
I'm a big fan of Levi and the Lipska family.
Oh,
right. You know what I think we should do, Claudine and Gilly, at this point in time, is maybe just work on a couple of jokes that you guys have that maybe we can start to flesh out a little bit. Hello, Levi.
We can do that. Let's say hello to Levi, and then we'll do some jokes.
Good idea. I literally had to put on pants.
You know, I don't know
or
what
you
to
could
say
just
about that,
adjust your
Levi.
camera.
Right, Levi, and go with the jokes.
Oh, well, I'm here to listen.
No, you can, Levi, listen. We need some.
The rabbis are finally off of. The rabbis are finally off of work. Everybody's listened to us. Now we're here to listen.
Okay.
What's it like having your first holiday ever?
Well, have you seen the amount of kids that I have?
Fair.
How many
I
do you
have? I have another question for
Tell
Levi.
us.
I have another question for Levi. Levi, what do you think about all the religious people who won't practice physical distancing and go indoors in Israel?
It's an absolute disgrace. In fact, the Torah is very clear that if it comes to saving lives, you most certainly cannot and may not. In fact, you may have blood on your hands, God forbid. So,
Levi, is it true that Haredis are saying they're blaming the virus on Orthodox women wearing wigs made from shiksa hair? Have you heard this?
Well, geez, Nick, I think that I've seen several conspiracy theories, and that's definitely an interesting one.
Because it's always some shiksa's fault, isn't it?
Must be. I have to say, as far as our balding fund, for a fair amount of money, I'm willing to give some of my hair off for the Shatels for Men project that we're working on.
But it's really cute. Don't go there, Gil. Don't go there.
It's Shatels for Men. We're calling them matels. Yeah.
Levi, I have a question. You said you're a rabbi.
Yes.
You're a rabbi, you say.
So you say you're a rabbi.
Not just he says. I believe he may even have a certificate somewhere.
Howie, your sound is hectic.
Howie, you know, I didn't know this was a show and tell, Howie, but we'll have to find it.
So Levi, I want to know, has your phone been going off the hook? Are people phoning you now? Are they more spiritual than ever?
So, you know, what's fascinating, when we had to close the shul, and we sent out a message, the types of messages that we received from people that were 3 day a week Jews, 3 day a year Jews, with the devastation, I was pretty impressed. So yes, the phone is ringing off the hook. Everybody wants to know, where's the little red telephone to God?
Yeah.
And what is I want to know, because guys, look at this man, Gilly, Claudine. Look at this guy. He's got this radiant.
He's glowing. He's glowing.
Again, the desk lamp or something. But what is the secret to you look uplifted, Levi? You look like you're connected. You're in tune. What's going on there?
Quarantine does wonders to people, Nick.
And what's the secret for people? The spiritual secrets. Share them with us now, as if we were on
Nick,
a movie.
You keep complaining. You've only got 3 children.
He's got 19. Yes, I want to hear from you. This is going to be motivational.
Oh, God.
You know, Nick, any rabbi that's at home right now is glowing. But I knew that Dan would call upon me, so I just set up all the lighting and the cameras properly. So
Very
that's why.
good. Always ready.
That's a
Always
serious
ready.
question, and I want a serious answer. Levy.
You know, just because the comedians are doing this for free, Nick, that's a paid for question.
Fair.
Touche.
I actually, Levy, I feel like we need to speak to Dad, because Dad has been roasting us the entire night. I think we got to roast Dad. Is Dad on there? Is Dad's hand up? Dad's been telling Gemma to go to Claudine, go to sleep.
Yes.
He's been having the worst
Dad
time.
doesn't have his hand up.
Oh.
The only nice thing you said was to Brenda. We love you, Brenda.
I thought that, Claudine, when you said dad, I thought you meant Levy's dad, which is a whole other story.
Jeez, can you imagine you had him on here?
Okay, do you want to know what Dad has to say, guys? Do you want to know what he has to say?
Yeah, tell us.
Firstly, he said Howard's background's the only funny part of this thing. Then someone said to Dad, STFU dweeb. Then Dad said, I'll wreck you, bro. And then someone back said, dad joke. And then somebody else said, wish Dad would log off FFS. And then somebody else said, I'm your dad, Dazza. And then he said, you're not my dad. And then someone else said, if Dad isn't enjoying, he must just leave. Yeah, Brenda, if Dad isn't enjoying, he must just leave.
Where's Mom in all of this? That's what I want to know. Where's
Mom? And Dad really does sound like Dazza's dad.
And now Howie sounds like a zombie.
Yeah. Howie's actually turning into a COVID zombie.
COVID zombie. Howie's got COVID zombie-ish.
Is COVID zombie.
Oh, it's Benji.
Ben.
Hello, Claudine. How are you?
Benji, how are you, my darling? I haven't seen you forever.
Yeah, where have you been?
What is this?
I've been doing. This is Benji, guys. Benji and I went to B'nai Kiva together. Can you believe it? 1,000 years ago.
Can't believe
it.
B'nai Kiva was the nerdy camp.
And I didn't go there.
Excuse me.
Guys, I just want to point out that I've been in quarantine for 2 weeks already.
Okay, hang on. Can we say hello to Tammy?
How's it? From Vancouver.
Tammy from Vancouver.
Do you remember Avril?
Of course.
Yeah.
How's Avril?
I'm supposed to be with Avril, man. I'm so bloody upset.
Oh my God. Listen. Do they still call it Vancouver?
Yeah. No,
those
it's
racist Canadians. Yeah.
Who's in the background there, Tammy?
Oh my God, this is my son.
Tammy sees
oh my
that.
God.
To say hello.
This is one of the boys.
He's in a gown.
Your son, sorry.
Downstairs. He thinks it's a
Tammy,
Playboy mansion.
what is your son's name?
Don't wear
What's your son's name?
He's got a Canadian passport.
Justin.
Jackson is very much reminiscent
Justin
of
or
Hugh.
Jackson?
Justin.
That's Howie, what you call a man with a small penis, if anyone's wondering. Carry on.
What did you say? I hear he said.
Nick, man, don't be a prick, man.
No, I know what he said. It's
Okay, wait. I just want to point something out.
I just got roasted that comedian.
Somebody is using my name, so they've called themselves. Sorry,
Gilly.
Justin.
Yes.
Quiet, please, Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner, quiet. Silence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody has used my name and then pretending to send messages in the chat as me. Okay.
And
So I just want you to know.
asking me to leave.
Yes.
We gotta roast them. We gotta roast them.
This is how you sow division
Benji
between women and
Schulman.
Jews.
It's eye candy.
Yeah, Nick, how's it?
Dylan says you are eye candy, bruh.
I'm sweet. What can I say?
Oh, Gilly's coming on, Gilly.
Oh my God. I
I
can't wait
interviewed
to meet
Gilly
her.
actually
Gilly,
once
I'd
on
love
Chai
to meet
FM.
her.
It was
Let's
very
see.
hectic.
I've
I'd
always
love
wanted
to meet
myself.
Gilly.
Whereabouts?
I always wanted to meet
This
myself.
is what we're talking about.
This is like Inception on Zoom.
Do you know what's so great is to come into contact with people who love you.
You never
and
get to
people
see
who
normally.
hate you. This is the best. This is the best. Now we like to.
I think
Where's
Gilly is
Gilly?
a 12-year-old boy.
He's
you know,
catfishing. She's catfishing us.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm loving Gilly and Claudia as well. I've got to look at you guys on YouTube.
Tammy, calm down, Tammy. Tammy, listen.
Yeah.
This is a question for everybody, including you.
Oy
All
vey,
right?
I'm nervous.
Firstly, Vancouver. I have fond memories. I stayed with Harold and Pauline. Do you know them? Don't worry. And
What's the last name? Shapiro.
do you leave the door open? You do that in Vancouver, hey? Do you leave the door
Yeah, that's
open?
the bathroom, but no one's in there now.
Okay, the front door. I mean, the front door.
We
Did
have
they
left
say-
it unlocked a few times with the keys in the door, yeah.
Because Cecil and Ruth, that's their name. Cecil and Ruth Hirschler. Do you know them? They
Oh,
related.
yes, of course.
Yes, of course. And they said, you can just go out for a walk and leave the door open. Nothing will happen. And I said, but we'll all die of pneumonia because it's minus 30. Is it minus 30 now, or is it?
No,
less
now
than
it's
that?
actually not too bad. It's 9 degrees and the sun's shining for once.
Wonderful.
Not too bad. It's 9 degrees.
Yeah, not too
that's
bad.
summer.
Always
That's not
minus
for you,
30, let's
Sammy.
be honest.
A question for everybody. Guys, what are you doing for Pesach? What's the online plan?
I am doing a Zoom family party, which is not very Pesach and not very kosher, but that's what I'll be doing. I'll be doing this, but doing the
How
Pesach
many
Seder.
you having? How many you having? Because on a web, if you do it via webinar, you could have like 2,000 for Pesach.
God help
I think
us.
I'll keep it. Yeah, God help us. I'll keep it to just the close fam.
We're doing Ronnie Becker's Zoom Seder with Zayda. Not looking forward to it.
Is Ronnie
Um,
Becker looking forward to it?
Very much.
I feel Pesach, it's very fitting. I have to say, right now, you know, we've had locusts. I don't know if you've seen locusts swarming over I think it's Somalia, if I'm not mistaken. We've got locusts. We had load shedding not long ago, so there's, you know, darkness. We've had plague, and we've had. Was there bats? I feel like there was bats. Frogs are like bats. Let's
yeah.
You know, let's just see the signs here. And we've
the plagues.
The firstborn, that's surely on its way. So I'm just saying, like, this Pesach this year is incredibly meaningful. I'm sure that if we could go to shul, the rabbis would have a lot to say about it. Like, you know how like we tie things into our jokes when we do comedy? Rabbis do the same thing as we do. They tie in like current events to like make their
It's a big
story
problem for Rabbi Feldman from the Garden Shul because he's always tying in live sport, cricket particularly, into his droshes. And now that there's no live sport, what is he going to talk about? Claudine, go.
I've lost you because I'm reading the comments here. Have we
read the
answered?
comments from
I've
Gilly.
read the comments. I've read the
stop
comments.
reading the comments. I
More
have to say-
importantly, yes.
Yeah. No,
Where
say
do we
what's-
hide the Afikoman?
I'll tell you one of
That's a
my
good one.
favorite moments in Pesach was a cousin ate the afikomen. We searched for hours to try and find it. He had eaten the whole thing.
That is a boss
That's
move, and I
hilarious.
recommend it
That
to
is
any
a
children
boss move.
listening.
Yeah.
Can you
Any
repeat it?
children
Because I was
listening.
pretending to listen.
And do they get
listen, but I
paid?
wasn't.
He said one of the kids ate the afikoman, and we're saying that's
No,
a
the
good
guy who was supposed to hide it, Morris Sher, ate the afikomen, and we searched
Oh,
for
because
it.
because he didn't
hours.
want to pay.
He didn't
Guys,
want to pay.
should we say hello to Wendy?
Yes,
Yes,
hello, Wendy. Hi,
Wendy,
Wendy.
my
How's it?
darling. Wendy, you're unmuted.
Oh, yeah, I'm not on mute. Hello.
Where are you isolating?
Yeah, where
so
are
the
you?
thing is, I'm in my pajamas, so I decided just for everybody's sanity and not having to get some trauma debriefing, I put on a gown and I
We
put
love
on a
it.
hat to cover what the roots are doing because it's nearly a week, 2
We've
weeks
all
then.
got it, babes.
All
We've
got
all
the
got
roots.
it.
Check.
And I've got
All
my
got
Joga
it.
Jewish mommy's mug here, which
Even
upside
Nick.
down, well, inside out says, keep calm. I'm a Jewish mother, but let's not kid. No one keeps calm. Jewish
Wendy, is
moms
it your
are not.
birthday? Is it your birthday?
Is it my birthday?
Is it your birthday? Someone says, go,
No.
Wendy. Oh, sorry, it's Gilly. Ignore everything Gilly says. Sorry. Carry
Yeah,
on.
Happy
Gilly
birthday,
is not
Gilly.
me.
Cut Gilly out.
Gilly
In
is
fact,
not
this
me.
is very important because now when we wash our hands, we can sing happy birthday to Gilly and sing it, 20 seconds while
Is
we're
this
doing the
meant to
wash
be
of
a
hands.
comedian chat line? I'm actually living in Toronto. My name's Dovi Sacco.
Hello,
Dobby
Dobby.
Cold in Vancouver.
I've been listening to all of you oaks for like 10 minutes and there's nothing funnier.
No,
So,
Gilly, that's why I've arrived.
Okay, so listen.
You live in Canada.
This is supposed to be like...
Everyone shush. Dovi, you have been muted for your own safety and for our sanity. And Dovi, the thing is,
I've been muted by... If you mute me, then you can't hear my comeback.
Why can't I mute Dovi?
I can mute him,
Goodbye,
don't worry.
Please
Goodbye.
mute Dovi, thank you. Dovi, I feel like you need to really reach within yourself and ask yourself, myself, what am I contributing to this conversation and society at large? Am I a positive contribution or am I just testing positive? Just ask yourself those questions, and then I think you'll find that you'll vet your comments more thoroughly. Wouldn't it be brilliant if we could mute people in real life?
That would be amazing. It's like doing Tinder in real life.
But shall we? I mean, maybe he's got something
That would be
amazing to
awesome.
contribute. Should we? I don't know. Should we find out?
Well, he was being rude. That's why we muted him.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Who can unmute him? Yeah.
Not me.
I can.
Okay, he's unmuted.
Go
ahead.
Dobby, go. Oh, no.
Hold on, wait.
Dobby,
Dobby, we
tell
got
us-
you, boy. You better contribute to the conversation wisely.
Okay, I'm sorry for being cheeky. I apologize. But I really was told that it's a comedy stand-up tonight, and I was waiting for
You
something.
were told wrong.
By
You were
who,
told
Dobby?
wrong.
This is what
we
I
were
want to
all, can I tell you
understand,
something?
my
I'm sorry,
we were
I
told that
apologize.
2020,
I'm sorry
we
for
were
being
told,
cheeky. I
we were
deserve
told,
to be muted. My wife mutes me all the time. You guys were right. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
we were told that 2020 was going to be a fantastic year. Okay, so we all came into this thing thinking that things were going to go our way, and they didn't. It's something you have to cope with and move on.
Okay, well, we can't
we
hear
were
him,
actually gonna
so-
we were actually gonna work on jokes at some point. Should we?
Hold on. Now I'm not muted. Okay, listen. There was someone in this group who said they lived in Vancouver.
Yep.
Who?
Tammy, she's above
Tammy.
me.
I lived in
She's right.
Vancouver.
She's above you.
Am I right? Underneath me, below me? Oh, sorry.
In the
above me.
pink.
Okay, I'm only on my cell phone and I'm not so used to the Zoom thing. Excuse my ignorance. Oh, yes. Tammy, where do you live, by the way?
In Vancouver, in Richmond.
I know that, but where?
By the airport.
I lived in Kitsilano for about 10 months.
Yeah, the weather's better here, but they're not the
Much
same
better.
Jewish community as like that you've got in Toronto. It's like Cape
The
Town.
best place in Canada is Montreal, even though the weather.
Guys, I think you should get a room. Get a room.
Yeah,
And they get a chat room or
Okay,
something.
guys, we love you.
Let's take
Listen,
control. We're going to say
Tammy,
goodbye to
Wendy,
all these people.
Dovi, we love you. Goodbye.
Arrivederci. Goodbye, my darlings.
Oh.
Goodbye. Say goodbye to
Oh.
everyone.
Yes.
Gilly, give us a turn.
Wendy,
No,
say
no,
how's
listen.
it?
I think we can keep Wendy.
awesome.
We like
I'm
Wendy.
terrible.
Go, Wendy.
No, thanks, Wendy. We love
I
you.
don't have makeup on, but I believe that this was supposed to be a forum to have fun. So I just wanted to bring a few. Yes, I just wanted to bring a few questions to the group, which perhaps you can answer. And then
We'd love that. We'd love that, Wendy.
Okay,
This is
the
what we
first
want.
The first question, which is often asked on our groups, is where is the best place to find thrush cream for vagina thrush? Because this
Brilliant
is the
question.
Excellent
Good
question.
So that's
I'm
the
handing
first
this one over to Nick.
No, let me finish the question and then you can mute me. The second question is, if my child has 40 degrees temperature for the last 3 days, what should I do?
Can we bring
And
Debbie
thirdly-
Rabinowitz on?
Yeah, let's collect all the questions first.
Okay.
And thirdly, because this is the questions that we do get, what do we do when slated by other groups? Do we take the higher ground or do we slate them back on Joburg Jewish moms? So I'd like to get your answers on that. But the thrush is the most important.
Is there like a Joburg Greek moms or Joburg Leb moms?
I wouldn't know. I'm not Greek or Leb. Right now, I'm not the best mom either because I'm about to call my son to bring me a cigarette. I don't know where he is. I possibly locked him in the
Wendy,
cupboard.
why are you
But,
getting slated? Why are you getting slated?
Because apparently the questions that I've just asked are what Joburg Jewish moms have to deal with every day. And people don't find that,
I had
serious.
2 children with a fever today, and I have a doctor wife. So, would you like my answer to that question? Yes.
I told you. Let's hand it over to Nick. Nick, tell us about vaginas
and the thrush. And do you only go to the hospital when you're crowning, or is it like do you wait until the hair's like proper out?
No, well, look, are you going for the sunroof? You're not having a home birth. I mean, are you?
Some people can't, control it. Like, they're pregnant, the baby starts crowning. By the way, Nick, never ask a woman if she's pregnant until you see that baby head coming out, because she could just be fat. And after this coronavirus, I can promise you're going to think the majority of the women out in public are
I have an amendment to that. I think that me and my friend were talking about this, and I've got so much anxiety I can't eat. So whoever's going to come out of this, how we come out of this, we are either coming out too fat or too thin. So I'm just saying.
Is too thin a problem, Gilly?
What we're going to do now is give terrible medical advice. This is go. Claudine, give your best terrible medical advice.
Great idea.
Wikipedia it. Go onto Wikipedia and say, what should I do with my thrush? And follow all that advice.
Great. Howie, terrible medical advice. What's your terrible medical advice, Howie?
My terrible medical advice is if it just keeps scratching.
Then how you lost all your hair, Howie?
Exactly. Don't you have a cure for me on Joburg Jewish Mommies?
Well, I've got a cure for a vagina with thrush. Does it apply?
I'm afraid not.
Here's how you can treat the kids, Wendy. The fever's with the kids.
Yes, my son. He's brought me a cigarette. You see, this is how you should bring up your kids. Where's the lighter? Seriously.
Is that even legal? Can you not be arrested for that?
No.
Can I not be?
You're allowed to smoke cigarettes. You're just not allowed to buy them.
And are you allowed to do it near your kids?
And did you hear the minister tonight in the speech? People were like, are you going to amend the rule to buy cigarettes? And this is what he said.
There you go.
He went like this. He went like this. Oh, you want cigarettes?
Somebody just said secondhand smoke kills.
Yes, but we lock the children up once we've lit the cigarette. They go in the cupboard, they find their shoes, it's comfortable. Don't worry.
Wendy,
Okay.
Wikipedia says no, my baby. Wikipedia says no.
Medical advice,
guys,
bad medical advice.
I must
Hang on, we're not
apologize to
finished.
everyone. I've booted off the panel.
Because
I thought by removing them off the panel, I was just removing off the panel. Apparently, I've booted them off the webinar in its entirety.
I would like to ask a question.
Oh, wait. Before you ask a question, Howie, I want to tell you something, okay? No matter what you do, people on this chat will complain. So whether you booted them off or you didn't, you will get this. Every action you do in Judaism equals the same amount of complaints. So it doesn't matter. Let it go.
I'm Zen.
Very true.
All right, guys. I think it's time to wrap up. I have my first breakfast show tomorrow morning, by the way.
That's very exciting.
Nobody likes to show off, Nick.
I'm terrified. I don't know what is going to happen. So can we...
Which channel, Nick?
On Instagram Live.
Fantastic.
I would like to know how much longer we're going to talk for, guys. Because Sophie might wake me up.
Yeah, I think we got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Nick's got kids, and Claudine and I have, Netflix.
So yes, those are our kids, and we've had a great time. I've had a great time on the panel. I've really enjoyed myself. Gilly and Dad haven't had the best time, but that's totally fine. Nick, how was your experience?
Let me just tell you something, Claudine. Can I tell you something about Gilly and Dad? And when we say Gilly and Dad, whoever is still watching, we are talking about the people in the comments called Gilly and Dad.
Yes, not our Gilly.
I want to say something. It's 10:39 and Gilly and Dad have been here for 1 hour and 39 minutes. So what does that tell you?
Exactly. Nick, how was your experience of the panel?
Look, I've done this is the second thing I've done with comedy on Zoom. It's very challenging because we are hardwired to perform and we want to do our thing, and we miss doing our thing. We're like those Gregorian monks who would chant every day and then launch a CD in 1992, and then they stopped them from doing it and they all got sick. So understand that's who you're talking to right now. This is very challenging for us. Ideally, we'd love to all have 20 minutes of material so far, but we don't, and this is not the kind of platform for that. So if you were expecting that, then we don't apologize at all. Secondly, I've just enjoyed being with you guys because you are 3.5 of my favorite people, and how we.
That's confusing, but I'm hoping also, I'm one of the full ones.
Yes. Yeah, I'm also hoping I'm getting a full love from you, Nick. Gil, how did you find it?
Hold on a second, guys. This
Nick
comment is my favorite here. Thanks, peeps, because we need a bit of acknowledgement. We're going to end this session with acknowledgement. Thanks, peeps, for your time and for yet again doing something free for these schnorrer, ungrateful Jews. Rock on.
Rock on.
Yeah.
You know what? Thanks, Brenda. I was slightly worried that didn't come from a Jew, and then it's very confusing. It's very confusing when you get a compliment that's against Jews from a non-Jewish person. It's quite tricky business there.
And it's always the person you least expect. Gilly?
Yeah, Gil, to wrap up.
I mean, I am both delighted to have spent this time with you and slightly traumatized. But also I have been in my bed, wearing this shirt, and it's the only time I'm going to get to dress up in this 3 weeks, probably, unless I do a sketch that includes lots of fancy clothes. But I want to thank everybody who was here for being here, and I hope you had a good time with us. We just wanted to hang out, and I think we've achieved that.
I want to know from you guys. Okay, so let's end off with a message to people out there. And when I say a message to people out there...
before you end off, okay? Because I'm just going to say something. I want you guys to know that we perform all the time in real life, not in the zombie apocalypse times. And after the end times, we will be performing. So look for Claudine Ullman on Facebook and on Instagram, and look for Gilly Apter on Facebook and on Instagram and on Showmax on a show called Frizz Pop, and look for Nick Rabinovitz on all his social channels and all of his one-man shows that he does year after year. Come support us, come watch us. We will not let you down. And also, listen, Claudine and I are Jewish comedians. You know, Nick Rabinovitz, we know you love him, but the thing is, he can't do all the shows. You know,
he can't do everything, guys. He can't.
He's got to everyone. We need some people at our shows.
He's got knock knees, and he's got 3 children who are wonderful, one of whom needs more attention than the others. But what I'm saying is he's not going to be able to do all the corporates and all the shows. So don't be shocked when you see the other Jewish comedians at your corporate events and the shul and all the other things. In fact, I recently spoke to the rabbi, and the rabbi said, Gilly, he said to me, I'm trying to get rid of this chauvinist thing we have at the shul. So we're going to get you involved.
Yep. Good. Please mention the Thunderbirds. You forgot to mention the Thunderbirds.
The Thunderbirds, we do a show every Wednesday night at Beefcakes, okay?
In Ilovo.
Wednesday night at Beefcakes in Ilovo, we do the fucking most hilarious show you have ever seen in your life. So watch our stuff.
Isn't
follow
that a
us
strip club?
Socials.
It's a drag bar, but there's the truth is it's improv, it's comedy, it's sketch. So it's just really great. But for the 21 days, you can catch us all on social media.
Yeah, we post stuff every day.
21 days.
Every single day we posting material that you can love and you can hate, and you can let us know and you can interact with us. I am running a webinar for those people who are not coping with lockdown, who are struggling with anxiety, how to actually use comedy to curb anxiety. And I'm going to give Howie the link to that. You guys, it's absolutely free. You guys are more than welcome to join.
And everybody gets a free copy of Man's Search for
And look
Meaning
at
by
this.
Viktor Frankl.
Oh my God. Amanda Blankfield Kossoff is saying that the Thunderbirds show was great. She was there with her husband, Jack Kossoff, and they had the best time. And I've got the best photos of them. Listen, don't even joke, okay? Can I just tell you, this is what I'm reading to get through this.
That's it.
Oh, that's amazing. That's what you got to
That's
do.
it.
You
I'm
know,
gonna
that
read
is
it,
the most
making me more
bought book
depressed.
never read.
I am halfway through, and it's making me more depressed, because the thing that this book does, if you're in a good mood, it makes you feel like you can take anything because, you know, he survived the Holocaust. But if you're in a bad mood, it makes you think, oh, it can get as bad as the Holocaust.
So, well, I'm probably going to need that book after this conversation, because people are like, I survived COVID-19. I'm like, I survived this talk. I do want you guys to know just that what the sort of comedy that we do is like, Nick, you know, we do stand-up, we do sketch, we do improv. This was a place for us to have a great conversation, to try everything out. Some things worked, some things didn't, but I'm really, really grateful that Howie, you've given us this platform. Dan, Stilly, you've given us this platform. It's just been so, I've had the best time, so thank you.
And can I just note that Sally has just said, please note, man's search for meaning. So maybe after COVID-19, we'll write women's search for meaning.
Yes,
I don't think we'll ever find it.
Guys, I want to make a request. Now, normally at the end of these things, people go, what's your message for the Jewish community or the people? I want you to give yourself a message. What is your advice to yourself to survive the rest of it? But pretend it's your advice for other people.
I think someone called Sally in the comments had the advice, because apparently for the best weed in town, we must call her. I just don't know if she delivers more quickly than Woolworths, which is about a 3.5 week wait at the moment.
I don't know either. Nick,
Well,
but
it takes about 4 seconds to read, and I'm a slow reader, so you can borrow it from me when the lockdown is over.
Yeah.
If it ever is.
Nick, what is our advice to ourselves to get through COVID?
Yeah.
Or to get through...
not advice, because advice is the worst thing. But you know, give yourself a little pep talk to end off with.
My pep talk is 5,000 people in the Jewish community aren't going to make or break you. Gilly and Dad, who were the people, our main roasters on the conversation, thank you for literally knocking us while we're down in the middle of COVID, really testing our strength and our spirit. It was great to have you on here, great to test that. And my thing to myself is keep strong, keep doing what I'm doing. That's it.
Very good. Very good.
Keep strong, keep doing what I'm doing.
My pep talk to myself is always have 3 to 6 months salary available. You know, for you and 5 of your closest family members. And also, it's going to be okay. I don't know. That's what the experts tell me that you have to say to yourself. So it's going to be okay. Am I convincing you guys? Because
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep going.
Okay. It's going to be okay. Watch Netflix and don't chill. I'm not good at this.
You don't have to be good at it. Nick, what's your ending advice?
I think we need to be kinder. And when I say we,
yes,
I mean, you know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
I think I know the most.
We're talking to some people in the chat.
I'd say I'd need, just going on today, I'd need to be kind to myself, have compassion for a stay-at-home dad who might be staying home forever, and just get into that dad's shoes and feel what he's feeling, and don't be so hard on them or swear in front of your kids the whole day when you've never sworn in front of them their entire lives. It's very traumatic for the kids. And also I'd say let's really support each other, except for the people previously mentioned, but even them, because what are they dealing with that they have to be so nasty?
They need the love the most.
They need the love. They need the love the most. They do.
Nick Ronovitz also has
they
a podcast.
Stuck with us the whole course. They stuck with us the whole talk.
Nick Rabinovitz
Yeah.
has a podcast called Who You're Being Isn't Helpful Right Now.
Well, that's
Who you're being right now isn't helpful.
That's episode 1. The podcast is called And Now, and it's with Rob van Vuuren. And we just talk about real stuff. And for a lot of particularly men, Jewish men, that's hard for them. And so I'd say, guys, work on that. Somebody's just sent 2 aubergines to the chat.
Some people express themselves through
There's
brinjals.
someone waiting. But can I say, guys, I think the most amazing thing is in this whole series that we've been doing is just how willing people have been to give of their time and their energy just to try help people through what really is an enormously difficult time. And I think tonight, more than anything else, we've given people a distraction from watching the news and watching the numbers go up. And I think that's exactly what people needed. And we know, for example, that a perfect meal in a restaurant is a spectacular meal that still gives you something to complain and fetch about. And I think we've given some people a few things to fetch about and a fantastic evening of entertainment and discussion and engagement. And I think that's what it's all about. So I want to thank Nick. I want to thank you. I want to thank Claudine. I want to thank Gilly. The fact that you gave up so much of your time and energy tonight has just been amazing. And Dan,
Thank you, Howie, and thank you, Dan, for facilitating this and just having it putting it all together. Thank you very much.
Can I say, Dan, thank you so much. People don't realize how much time and effort that you're putting into making sure that our community can stay in touch with each other. When you volunteered to do this, I think you didn't realize how we're going to take advantage of you. But you must understand, we do dry runs, we do practice, we do
Guys,
emails,
we did a 2-hour rehearsal of this thing, and it was much better.
It was much smoother.
You were still in bed at the time. But Dan, thank you so much for everything that you do for our community. So on behalf of the Jewish Report, just a reminder to all of you that comedians are having a tough time at the moment, as are all performing artists. We are going to send out tomorrow in an email link if you want to make a donation, if you enjoyed this evening, if it was a distraction for you. Guys, give a little bit of money, no matter how big, no matter how small. Help our comedians and our performing artists through this process as well. And Yad Aron will also benefit from some of the donations that we.
Oh, yeah, I just want to make something clear. Yad Aron has this program called Nick, what did you call it? Feeding Jews. What? Jewish feeding program? Jewish food program. The point is, what you have to understand. Jewish Food Fund. The Jewish Food Fund isn't a program that feeds Jews. It actually is a program that gives Jewish food to.
It's also not a program to make bacon taste like bacon, although it sounds like that.
But just like looking at the responses coming in, and it's kind of like 10 a minute coming into my phone as well, and it goes, well done, you guys rock, well done, had so much fun. This has been wonderful. This was such a great initiative. It was so nice to be distracted from what's going on. So guys, thanks a million for everything that you do. A recording of this will be available. We'll send out to everyone who listened as well. Claudine, I don't know where you're going to stick all of those characters tonight, because you should be so close and not socially distancing from all those characters you brought out. And remember,
they're all still in the closet. They're all still in the closet.
Guys, thank you all for watching. Remember, the Jewish Report, Report newspaper publishes tomorrow night. It's the Pesach edition. It's a huge, long edition. We've asked people to send us details of where they'd like it to be delivered.
It's got a centerfold of Levi Lipska in it.
We live in hope. But most importantly, it's online for people to download. SAJR.co.za. You can download the entire edition of the Jewish Report and read it at your leisure over this period. We realize these are tough times, but we're publishing every single week, and we're going to be the glue that keeps this community together.
Well, come on. Be good to each other.
Be good
to each other. Be kind to each other.
Stay safe and stay sanitized.